2. The pollen of the willow tree's flowers was shining as it scattered here and there in the air. A frog wearing golden glasses sat with both its hands on the colorful ground and had been singing the song of spring for the past few days. The field in front of the backyard was filled with smiling yellow mustard flowers. Flutter, flutter. Like golden dust, the mustard flowers began to sway and scatter because the sparrows suddenly flew away in fear. All these sparrows lived in my house. They had built their nests on the grass-down straw roof of my home. There were 5 nests in total, all built on the southern edge of the roof. Every day, I used to sit at my desk and watch the sparrows. Eventually, I learned which sparrow belonged to which nest. Among them, I could easily recognize the sparrow living at the far western corner because she was lame. Perhaps her leg had been bitten by a wild rat during her childhood. Most of the nests were made from straw that lay in front of the farmer's cattle shed. All the nests were built in such a way that the sparrow could easily enter through the opening. But the lame sparrow had her own special way. She was neat and tidy. Inside a nest, over the straw, she spread only white feathers. In my house, there were hens in a coop, 1 white, 1 red, and 2 black. But in the sparrow's nest, only white feathers were collected. This was proof that the sparrow had her own taste. The lame sparrow was very hard-working. While the other sparrows had not even completed half of their nests, she had already finished hers. Sometimes, in the absence of the sparrows, I used to look at the nests. I liked observing how these little guests of the house worked in their own ways. One day, as usual, when I looked into the lame sparrow's nest, a joyful cry escaped my mouth. Oh, a tiny, lovely egg, no bigger than the tip of a finger, lay in the center of the nest. A ray of sunlight entered through a crack in the nest and fell like a line upon the egg. Lying among the white feathers, the egg shone in the sunlight. It seemed like a magical object, softly whispering to me, "These." The next evening, a dark shape crawled out of the lame sparrow's nest. It was a snake known in this area as Tori Tori, a snake that hunts birds. I was shocked and quickly grabbed a stick and rushed toward it, but the snake had disappeared. I placed a ladder and looked inside the nest. It was in complete disorder, and the beautiful egg was gone. After a short while, the lame sparrow returned. As soon as she entered the nest, she panicked and came out, she stood on one leg at the edge of the roof, her head lowered, crying, "Chee-chee." She went inside the nest again, but perhaps the smell of the terrifying snake frightened her, and she could not stay inside. She ran back to the roof and stood there with her head bowed. Darkness fell, yet she continued crying sadly on the roof. Night came. Worried about her, I went outside. The bright moon was shining. In the moonlight, the sparrow stood sadly on the roof. I made a she sound to scare her away so that an owl might not catch her, but she did not move. The poor bird had completely lost hope. The next morning, I woke up earlier than usual and looked around, but the lame sparrow was nowhere to be seen, neither on the roof nor in the field in front. I searched for her the whole day but could not find her. I felt sad, thinking that perhaps an owl had caught her. 3 days later, "Oh!" I cried out suddenly. A sparrow flew out of the chicken coop carrying a white feather in her beak. It was the lame sparrow. The house next to mine had been empty for the past 6 months. The lame sparrow was building her nest in the bathroom chimney of that house, 10 to 20 times a day. She came into the chicken coop to pick up feathers. Every morning, she stood on top of the chimney and chirped. A new and strong spirit was now visible in her. Watching her stand on the chimney in the morning light, singing peacefully, filled me with joy. One evening, when I returned from the office, I heard noise coming from the empty house next door. I remembered hearing that a public school teacher was going to move in. They had arrived. After 6 months, we had new neighbors. Thinking this, I looked toward the roof of the neighboring house. Smoke was coming out of the chimney. They must have lit a fire to heat the bathroom water. Oh no! The lame sparrow's nest is inside that chimney. As soon as I realized this, I heard a loud chee-chee-chee-chee. The sparrow, frightened by the smoke, came out of the chimney. Flapping her wings in panic, she flew away and disappeared into the evening twilight. Poor lame sparrow! Chirp, 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 chirp. For 2 or 3 days, she was not seen. Then one day, I heard her voice. Oh! I stepped outside and saw a small sparrow's head peeping out from beneath the edge of my roof. It was the lame sparrow's head. Just as I greet a friend, I raised my hand and greeted her. Startled, she fluttered and flew toward the chicken coop. I immediately placed a ladder and looked beneath the roof edge. She had started building a new nest again. The lame sparrow unfamiliar with despair. She worked very hard. When the nest was completed, she lined it with white feathers. In the middle of the nest, she laid 3 beautiful eggs. After some time, 3 lovely chicks hatched from those eggs. Early every morning, the lame sparrow went out to gather food for her chicks. The baby sparrows opened their mouths wide, chirping loudly and asking their mother for food. Near the edge where her nest was, lay my bedroom. One morning, I woke up because of a loud, terrifying noise. I quickly looked out of the window. The lame sparrow was attacking something, flapping her wings furiously. The same black snake who had once swallowed her egg appeared again and raised its head near the upper part of the window. It was about to attack the chicks. At first, the sparrow was frightened merely by the snake smell, but now she attacked like a ball of fire, striking the snake's head with her beak. The snake quickly pulled its head back like lightning and bit the sparrow. The white feathers from her chest flew into the air, yet she did not panic. She moved away for a moment and then attacked again. She struck, pulled back, and immediately struck again. Her chest feathers kept flying away, leaving her chest almost bare. Still, the lame sparrow continued attacking relentlessly. Now she could not even make a sound. I could not watch any more. Went to get a stick to kill the snake. When I returned, the snake had lowered its head. At that moment, the lame sparrow made her final strike. The black snake fell down from the window ledge, its body stretched straight like a stick. I went closer and saw that both of the snake's eyes had been crushed by the sparrow's beak. The lame sparrow sat on the window ledge. Chunkelchen, she sang loudly, a song of victory. Then, suddenly, she must have remembered that she had not yet fed her children. With her battle-weary body, she flew into the air and headed toward the mustard field to bring food.